Escalating violence in Gaza has overshadowed hope for peace. Egypt is trying, and headlines today's Javed Ansari spoke to Egyptian ambassador in New Delhi, Khaled El-Bakly.
Is there early end to this violence likely?
Well, let me start by saying that we feel very sorry, and we are very much working very hard to bring an immediate ceasefire.
What's the status of your proposal now?
Well, the proposal was very clear. We wanted an immediate ceasefire on both sides, stop the airstrikes and the land strikes by Israel, and also on the other side, stop the launching of missiles from Gaza, and then immediately after 48 hours both sides should come to Egypt and we sit for a talk so as to find a way how could we solve the problem and not to see that the two sides are confronting each other again. Who pays at the end are the civilians, and we feel very sorry for and we really condemn the killing of civilians the way we have seen over the last few days. So what we have seen is over the last 24 hours, world leaders, we have seen the Secretary General of the United Nations, we have seen the Foreign Minister of the United States, the French Foreign Minister, and others are coming to Egypt, and they are giving their own support, and we know that they are talking to all sides in order to put pressure, and this at this moment we seek the support of the international community to give their voice to support the end of the violence and to support the Egyptian initiative.
But do you believe that there is light at the end of the tunnel, or do you believe that this mindless killing of innocents will continue?
Well, if there is a will, there is a way. And
is there a will on both sides? And I underline both sides.
I believe with the number of casualties increasing and the conscience of the international community is waking up, there will be an end, and hopefully we see this in the coming few hours. I hope so.
In the coming few hours?
I hope so.
We'll all look forward to that. Is the world doing enough as somebody who's at the epicenter?
No. It's not enough, and let's say that the Palestinian question has been there on the table in the United Nations and in other fora for ages now, and there is no serious attempt to put pressure on the occupiers to end the occupation and bring a peace agreement that would be lasting and that would help the whole region and maybe the whole world to come out of such a dilemma. This is number one. Number two, when we find that there is an initiative for peace and for ceasefire, we believe that the whole world should come again and voice the support. This would make the two parties feel that they have also a responsibility, not for their own people because they will be questionable after the end of this confrontation, but also toward their friend that they look for support in the future, because support will not continue in a day, will not end in a day. It should continue in the future. So if I come and support you today, I expect that you listen. So both sides should listen, and the international community should voice their concern and should give time from their mind and bring an end to the killing of civilians. It's something that if you look at the television, I cannot sit in front of television to see the children at this age being killed.
Why isn't Hamas listening to you?
Well, Egypt has its own problems, as you've mentioned, not only on the eastern side where we have the confrontation between Israel and Palestine, but we also have on Libya side, on Sudan side, and in Syria and in Iraq. And all this is affecting us on security levels, but we have a responsibility at the regional and international level. And those countries that have such a responsibility cannot shy from them. Secondly, you cannot, as a respectable country, as a mature country, see such bloodshed and stop silent. You cannot. You have to. And this what makes people come back and say we need Egypt to intervene. This is number one. Number two, it's our immediate neighborhood, and we have good relations with two sides, and both of them listen to us. I believe that maybe with the talks that are taking place over the last 24 hours, that we see some progress.